crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Off the mirrors appear clear, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving and rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, the truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and sorry we're on a little bit late, but I was ready to go. I'm here at Ned's. I was ready to go, but ran into my good friend, Tony Sellers. And by the way, Randy Wright, he told me to tell you hello. Ran into my guy, Tony Sellers. Hadn't seen Tony, and we got to talking to Thunder and doing insights and, talking about the show and everything that he's doing there with K-Ref and all that good stuff. So, but it was great seeing him. He used to cover me when I was in high school, so it was great seeing him. And, of course, we are at Ned's Starlite Lounge, 7301 North May Avenue. You can call them at 405-242-6100 for, reservations or anything like that. And, of course, today is Wings Wednesday, $1.50 wings and rings. I call it Wings and Rings. Wings and Rings Wednesday. Because I have to have those rings, too. Those onion rings are fantastic. Some of the best. And anyway, and then, of course, Thursdays they have the fried chicken, liver, and gizzards every Thursday. I'm not a liver fan. I'm definitely not a gizzard fan. But their fried chicken with gravy and mashed potatoes is just unbelievable every Thursday. And, of course, they have one of the best catering service. Contact them at 405-810-0208. 810-0208 if you want to need them to cater your events or something like that. So, but anyway, it was great seeing Tony. He just kind of slid in here. I got to see my guy. I haven't seen him in a while, and we had interesting discussions about Chet, about what he thought. And then, of course, we're going to break down the Thunder roster here in a minute. And I kind of went over that with him a little bit about who I thought they should keep and who they're going to keep, and then who he thought they should keep and all that. So how that was going to work. So it was good, just picking his mind as a sportscaster that he's been in this thing for 40 years. So it's great just being able to kind of pick his mind and see how close we were together on our thought processes as far as everything was concerned. So, but anyway, it was good seeing Tony and hollering at him and going over the roster and talking about that. But so anyway, it was so funny is Ned and I were just talking earlier too about how OSU people don't show up here. That he was talking about that, that Bob Stoops comes in. He was talking about DeMarco Murray came in. Philip Lodeholt, how small he's lost like 60 pounds since he quit playing football, which is what they all do. I mean, all those linemen, they're 300 whatever plus pounds, and then they get down to a decent weight once they retire because they don't need all that weight to be able to either hold off defensive linemen or to be able to drive the defensive linemen, and vice versa, defensive linemen lose weight as well because they don't have to worry about that 340-pounder trying to bury them. So anyway, so Ned and I were talking about that and how frustrated he is that here he is an OSU guy. He does all the catering for the OSU suites and stuff there in Stillwater at the football stadium, but yet OSU, the players don't come in here, which is weird. And I thought the same thing. I thought, really, they don't? And I know a lot of OSU people come in here. And I'm not talking about the fans themselves because that's, I know OSU people come in here all the time. But he was talking about, Mike Gundy. Did Ned go? Is Ned already gone? He already left, didn't he? I think he did. But anyway, he and I were talking that, Mike Gundy doesn't come in here, but Bob Stoops does. and I guess Mike just stays in Stillwater. If he does come to the city, I'm sure he probably goes to Midwest see his mom, whatever, and that's about it. But it's weird how he doesn't come in and support the guy. And it's weird how more OU athletes come in than OSU athletes. And I was like, well, Randy Wright comes in here all the time. I come in here all the time. And he goes, well, yeah, you guys come in, but for the most part, people don't, my OSU guys don't. I have more OU fans or more OU people to come in here than OSU, talking about athletes and coaches. And that's very frustrating. And I'm like, well, we need to change that, OSU people. I mean, come on now. If you haven't been here, you need to get your butt here. It's right here on May, just north of 63rd, just south of Grand Boulevard. I don't know how dude, you've got to get in here and check it out. If it's not on Wednesday for the wings, if it's not on Saturday and Sunday for brunch, you got to come in and check it out. It's just crazy. The food is so good. Then, of course, fried chicken on every Thursday. So I don't know why people aren't coming in here, more athletes and more coaches, but that needs to change. But it's like I told him, the OU people support me more than OSU. When you look at my sponsors, I got Randy Wright at YNB. They're a sponsor. You got Mark Long, he's OU. You got Collaborative Logic, they're OU. You got my guy, trucking guy, they're OU. Jose Fierro, they're OU. Now Greg and Max clearly OSU. But it's like, come on, guys, what's the deal? But it's just like I told him, it's weird. How they look at things. But now in Tulsa, it'd be completely different because of the simple fact that you are in Tulsa, and Tulsa's more of an OSU town than OU. But still, there's a lot of guys here from OSU that run things and do things here. So anyway, that was kind of disappointing and frustrating for Ned and myself as well. And then, of course, I'm sorry I missed Lindsay. Normally I see Lindsay, his lovely wife, Ned's wife. Normally I see Lindsay, but I didn't see her today. I guess she just sent me a thing on Facebook that she just missed me. So, but anyway, we're here at Ned's enjoying it. And like I said, Tony and I went over the roster, and just to kind of give you his picks as far as my picks and what he and I talked about, here are the guys that I showed him that I have that are highlighted or bolded in black that I think should make the team, that I think are going to play. Now, I do believe that Poku and Kendrick Williams are going to play, but I think they're going to play early because I believe those two are trade bait. Now, he and I both believe that those two will not be on the team, even though he likes Kendrick. I think, I like Caleb. He did not like Caleb McConnell. I like Caleb McConnell a lot. He says he doesn't think he showed him that much, but I just like him for defensively wise because he reminds me a lot of Roberson when we needed somebody who was long, who could do 1, 2, 3, or 4 guy. And so I think that he would be great for that. Kendrick cannot guard the wing. He can guard the post. And a lot of people like him. I've never really liked him that much. I think he's a good player, but he's just not been one of my favorites. So when you go to guards, we both believe Trey Mann is gone. And then he really likes Jared Butler. And I like Jared Butler too, but we only have 3 spots. And so one of the talking about the two-way spots, one of them is already gone to oh, wait, here, let's just go ahead and pull up Thunder News. That's going to be really easy if I do it that way. That'd be more easy to explain. Okay, and then, of course, Coach Dagnall just signed a multi-year extension. He finished second in the coaching of the year, and the reason why I said that, because nobody saw us play. And all they saw was the record and what we were doing as an overall team. And I said that the Thunder won in spite of him, not because of him. And that's just what I believe. I don't believe that he was purposely trying to lose games on purpose, not the direction of himself, but I do believe management wanted one more bite of the apple, and we were 1 loss away from finishing 8th in the lottery. So they almost got their wish, but once again, I think we're one of those teams that we're just snake bitten when it comes to trying to lose games, because every time we try to lose games, we just can't do it to get up there in the lottery. I mean, we just can't. Even though we did finish second last year getting Chet, but for the most part, we're just not, I guess Oklahoma, you have this mark against you. It's just not a losing state. We're not used to comfortable about losing around here, and we don't do it well. The Thunder clearly don't do it well. But anyway, he finished second in coach of the year, and I said that's simply because nobody saw us play. If everybody remembers, hell, the game that he started when we against Miami, you started a G League player. How the hell are you going to start a G League player against the Miami Heat on the road? Oh, that's right, because you're really not trying to win. So, he signs a multi-year deal, and like I said, I'm not going to judge the guy because last year, yes, he was losing on purpose. Yes, he was trying to get us in the lottery. Yes, the players won in spite of him, not because of him. And I don't care who you are. If you played sports before, you know, what your coach is doing. You're there every day. You know who should play and who can't. Sports is the one thing, especially basketball, is the one sport, or hockey is another sport like that. You know if somebody's better than you. You know if they're better than you because you're around them. It's a small number. Now, football is completely different because unless it's somebody you're trying to tackle a running back, a quarterback, or something like that. But for the most part, it's 22 players. Whereas basketball is 5-on-5. And in hockey, it's, 7 or 8-on-8 or whatever it is. So it's a smaller number, so it's a lot harder for people to win games on. So that's the way I look at it. I just don't think that I think it's a lot harder to me to go in there and win games. I just think that's just how I believe, okay? I just think in basketball, you know if somebody's better than you. So him getting the second year coach of the year, I was like, that's a bunch of crap. Nobody saw him play. All they saw was, look at what the Thunder are doing. They're second, and look what they've done. They've won 40 games. And I'm like, yeah, we should have had 45 if he wasn't trying to lose on purpose. And then I also was sitting over to the side right behind the Thunder bench when I watched him, the players not pay attention to him. So I saw that too, which tells me one thing, is that they don't respect the guy like they're saying. Now, that being said, are they going to go to Sam Preston, going to go to SGA and them and say, hey, look, are you okay with him coaching? What are they going to say? No. Yeah, because I don't think SGA has 2 years from now, 3 years from now, maybe he will, if he has that cachet, even though he was All-NBA, he doesn't really have that power yet. And I think in a couple of years, he will have that power if he continues to go. He makes another All-NBA, a couple more All-NBA, then he can really dictate whether somebody is there or not there. That's just kind of how I feel about that. But so anyway, that being said, we're talking about two-way player contracts where we were talking about the Thunder roster. They have two-way player contracts. There's only two left. We have 2-2, which means you can play in the G League and play for the Thunder both. So we have two of those left. Now, Keontae got the first one. So the two left here we have Jared Butler, Caleb McConnell, and KJ Williams. Now, this is where Tony and I were differing because I like Caleb McConnell and KJ, and the reason why I like that is because I really like Jared Butler, but if you take Jared Butler, then who are you going to get rid of? That means Isaiah Joe is not going to be able to play, or somebody's not going. I mean, you got to get rid of somebody because I don't believe he's a point guard. I mean, I believe Jared's a point guard. I don't know if Caleb or Kaysen is necessarily a point guard. I think he's more of an off guard. So Jared would be the backup point, but you have SGA who handles the ball 90% of the time, or Josh who handles the ball 90% of the time. And the other percent of the time is J-Dub. So, I mean, do you really need a point guard? Really? Do you? Or because those guys can get you in the right situations. And then Caleb, to me, is simple is the obvious answer because he's a defensive guy like the Roberson style, and we do need somebody who can defend and who can guard 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I think he's that guy, especially being the two-time Defensive Player of the Year there at Rutgers in the Big Ten. That's no joke. There's some guys who can play. So to me, if he can do that, he is that other guy that I want to give that contract to because no matter what, where the Thunder, and everybody forgets where the Thunder were, the Thunder need what? The Thunder need draft picks. I mean, the Thunder need defense. Because when you looked at our team, and I don't have our team stats right now. I mean, I do, but I don't have it in front of me because it's off that, but I will bring that up. I have that for you guys tomorrow when we go into our Thunder section. You can see where we need to improve, okay? The Thunder were 20th, okay, 20th out of 30 teams defensively. But we were third scoring, okay, in the fourth quarter, so we were 20th. So what does that mean? When the game's on the line, you have to be able to create stops. You have to be able to create stops, and that's part of what I was having a problem with the Thunder and what we were doing is we couldn't stop anybody. So you've got to improve defensively in order to stop people because if you don't, you're not going to be able to win. You're not going to be able to go very far. You have to be able to stop people, and that is just a fact because if you don't do it, you're in trouble. And that's the way that I look at the Thunder. If you can't stop anybody, you are absolutely in trouble, and you must be able to stop people. And now, do the Thunder have the capability of doing that? Hell, yes, we do. Do we have the squad to do it? Hell, yes, we do. Okay, you got to look at the Thunder. We ranked third in scoring, and our opponents were 20th. So we were 20th, and we were third in scoring and 20th giving up 20 points to 116. We were 117.3 scoring, giving up 116.5. We were 20th. So if you just improve to 14th, 13th, 14th, then your win total is going to go up. Because I can promise you, in order for the Thunder to really win this year, you're going to have to be able to stop some people. But being at where we are, and like I said, tomorrow, I will have these stats up for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. So to me, I want to take Caleb as one of my guys. And what I'm saying about Jared is I like Jared, but on the other side of that, I still like Isaiah Joe now. Can he take Isaiah Joe because he can play better defense than Isaiah Joe? Sure. But is he going to be the shooter that Isaiah Joe was? So I don't want to give up points for that. I'd rather give Caleb some defense. Then I've got Keontae for defense. I've got SGA, who was one of the top leaders in steals last year. I got Dort, or I could possibly have McConnell or Caleb take over for Dort. Or if we do the trade with OG and trade him for that, then defensively you've got Aaron Wiggins, you got McConnell, you've got Keontae on those three guys for wings. So those three guys can guard those guys. And, man, I tell you what, if you need to lock down somebody, you can put two of those guys in there along with Josh and SGA and J-Dub, and then you can put J-Will or Chad or whatever, whoever you want to put in there as that fifth guy. Man, you talking about locking down people, that's locking down people, and just let Chet roam on the backside for defense to block shots if they get by one of those guys. So, to me, you've got to be improved defensively if you want to step up and be a force in this league, and that's going to count because offensively, if you're ranked third in scoring, and defensively you're going up 20, and you finish 40 and 42, how are you going to get some more wins in there? You can't. You tell me out of those 42 losses, you can't get at least 10 wins out of that? At least 10 out of those 42? Sure you can. You could probably get 15 out of there if you drop up your defense to 13th, 14th, 15th. At 15th, you're probably going to get 3 or 4 wins. At 13, you're going to probably get 10 wins. And if you get up to 10th win, 10th place, then you're going to be talking about going to the semifinals or if not the finals of your conference. Because you can do what? Defend in the fourth quarter. And then you got one of the best closers in the NBA. Actually, he was the second best closer behind De'Aaron Fox as an SGA. So you got somebody who can close out. And then you got Josh Giddey, you got J-Dub. So you got those three on the court at the end of the game. So you're going to be able to get some stuff done. But it's the defensive side that you got to worry about. And Josh kind of hurts you a little bit about that. But when they double-team SGA at the end, you want to have Josh right there at the free throw line catching the ball and then making moves from there. So that's how that's going to break down and how the Thunder should do it. But the question is, Sam Presti is a genius, and he knows what he's doing, and he has a plan, even though I disagree with him on some stuff. But for the most part, I agree with all the things that he does for the most part, like I said. But I'm not going to say anything bad about Daigneault because what I said is I am going to give him this year, just like Jang. Jang has gotten better. I'm going to really now, from last year to this year, I didn't even give Jang a Drake grade last year because he was young and he was trying to play. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait till after this year. So you're going to know what kind of team you're going to have. You're going to know what kind of coach you have because now he's got to make the right decisions. And that's what I'm saying. To me, now he made the wrong decisions. He didn't understand tempo. Like, for example, when SGA got up off the bench to get into the game, and he sent him back, and then they go on a 12-2 run. What is that? Even your player is sitting there looking like, hey, coach, they're getting ready to make a run, and he tells him to sit down, and they make the run, then you try to put him in. Well, the game's over with now. Now we're fighting an uphill battle. And that was the whole thing with the Thunder all of last year, is that we were fighting uphill battles. Instead of going, hey, listen, let's try to keep the game close. Let's stay within 6. Let's stay within 8. Let's not get down 12 to 15. And Randy, right now, we're talking about this all the time. Like, you dig the big hole for these guys because of who you're starting in the fourth quarter. And then once you get your guys in there, you got to fight back. Well, hell, by the end of the game, they catch up, and then they're tired because they've exerted so much energy trying to catch up. So that's kind of to see how I kind of look at that. So, but like I said, I love our team, and when you look at our roster and who we have, dude, we've got a squad, man. We really got a squad, and I just, like I said, I'm going to see what Coach Dagnot's going to do. But you got to look at this. Remember, you can only keep 15. So right now you've got SGA, Kaysen, Mitchell, Josh Giddey, Dort, Isaiah Joe, J-Dub, Aaron Wiggins, Jane, Keontae, Caleb, Poku, Kendricks Williams, Chet, J. Will. That's your 15. And then maybe Kendrick, and then KJ is 16. And then you can figure out, who you might want to add in from that. But this is who I have slotted to play right now at this particular moment. Now, it could change, but like I said, how many games is Chet going to play? I think he doesn't play more than about 65 games because he's continuing to get him stronger. Let's not take any chances on him playing too many, but he needs to be at least 65 for him to be eligible to be the Rookie of the Year. And yes, he can, even though it's his second year, he still can be the Rookie of the Year because this is his first year actually playing. Remember when Blake Griffin got hurt, came back, and won the Rookie of the Year that next year because even though it was his second year, it was actually his first year actually playing. So Chet, I think if Chet averages what I think he's going to average, which is 12 to 14, 8 rebounds a game and 3 blocks, 3.5, 4 blocks, Chet will probably be the Rookie of the Year. Now, does that mean Chet is the best player? No, that means that he's the Rookie of the Year. And from right now, for what the Thunder are trying to do, and if he does those, I think, like I said, I'm waiting for what the over-under is going to be for the Thunder this year. But if I had to guess, that's kind of where I think the Thunder are going to be, right around, we're at 40, so I'm thinking if we play the way that I want us to play, if the coach makes the right decisions in key games, that the Thunder can win easy 50 games. Easy 50 games. Easy 50 games. Because, like I said, if you improve defensively, and then he doesn't cost you more than a couple games because of his coaching. But now, granted, he did win 3 league titles for the OKC Blue, and then he did get them to the playoffs 4 times before he joined the staff. So, he can coach young guys. And like I said last year, I think he's great. All that proves to me is he's fantastic at getting players to improve and get better. But the question is, now that they've gotten better, does he know how to take them to the next level? Because everybody remember Buck Showalter. I mean, he's great at getting players up, but then you had to bring in Joe Torre to get the Yankees to the next level because they were set talent-wise, but the coach just couldn't get them to the next level. But he can build them up, but I don't know if he can go over the top. And so I don't know if he's able to do that. But like I said, we're going to find out this year because the Thunder aren't going to be trying to lose. They're going to be trying to win every game, as many games as they possibly can. So we're going to see if he can coach, and hopefully he won't cost us too many games. So that's because coaching matters. It really, really matters. And that just goes no matter what sport it is, but it really matters. Now, in NFL news, Cowboys guard Zach Martin wants to restructure his deal, says he may hold out of camp, but he was the first guard named to the Madden 99 club since Nate Newton. Long time ago. Oh, excuse me, Larry, oh, God, what was Larry's name? My mind just went blank. Larry Allen from Dallas Cowboys in 2003. Think about that. It's been 20 years since a guard has been named to the Madden 99 club. Isn't that crazy? And the last one was a Dallas Cowboy. I thought that's interesting that he did that. So, to me, Zach Martin signed a contract, 6-year deal. So he went for long-term, and he went for the bag. So he was making $20 million more. He had $20 million more than any other lineman 4 years ago. Now he signed a 6-year deal. Now he wants to restructure. Well, Zach, dude, you already got the bag, and that's the problem with doing a long-term contract. It's just like Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year deal. Do you not know? His agent told him, hey, you're not going to be one of the highest-paid quarterbacks, and even though he was $10 million per year above everybody else at that particular time, last year was the first year that it actually kicked in of his 10-year deal. So now he's, 9th or 10th? Highest paid quarterback at $45 million. Now, is Patrick upset about it? No, he's not. Why? He don't need to be. He's making another $15 million off the field, or probably 20. Why? Because he's winning. He's doing all the right things. So the more you win, the more money you can make off the field, which means the more money you can leave on the table to sign a Chris Jones, to re-sign Travis, or to sign, because when it comes back up, you got to sign Creed in a couple years. You got to sign Smith. You got to sign Tooney again. You got to come back. You got to sign these guys. You got 6 rookies in the backfield. You got L'Jarius Sneed. You got to sign next year. So you got a bunch of things that you got to do. So Mahomes is like, look, I'm gonna do this and this. But this is the cool thing about his contract. People are like, oh, it's not guaranteed. At the start of this year, when training camp started in March, his 2024 contract was guaranteed. So his contract this year was guaranteed last year. The contract next year is guaranteed this year. So his contract, if he shows up for camp the previous year, the next year's contract is automatically guaranteed. It automatically is in effect. So what he's basically doing is like, yeah, you're guaranteeing me, whatever dollars, but if you think he's not going to get all 475 or whatever, 500 million, whatever the number is, he's going to get all of that. He ain't going nowhere. The Chiefs ain't going to let him go anywhere. And so, anyway, then the Steelers just signed Alex Highsmith to a 4-year, $68 million contract extension, and he's a beast, and I just can't wait. The Steelers are one of those teams to me, excuse me, are one of those teams that are scary because of the simple fact that they get J.J. Watt back in that defense. And remember, they almost beat Cincinnati last year, and they should have. But, one freak play stopped them from doing it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in there. Now, this is the crazy thing. So they did the NFL, because it's the Madden 100. This is the NFL top 100 number ones of all time. And that means you're the number one guy that was picked by your players, not by the media, not by anything else, but you were picked by the players as the top players. Now, of course, Brady has the most, and at number one, he had the most. Then number 2 was Peyton Manning, and this is what's crazy is if you look at this list, it says 1 Brady, 2 Manning, 3 Mahomes, 4 Rodgers. Then you got to say defensively, guys, if they're not a quarterback, you have to say their name. Because if I said Donald, okay, who, or Aaron Rodgers, or Aaron who? So you have to say Aaron Donald, which is number 5. So it goes Brady, Manning, Mahomes, Rodgers, then Aaron Donald, and then you got to say J.J. Watt. Then you got to say Adrian Peterson. I guess you could have called him all day. I guess we could have said all day, but a lot of people wouldn't know who that is. But Adrian Peterson, and then if I said Lamar, and then if I turn around and said Cam. So it's crazy when you say the quarterback, you only got to use their first or last name. And the top 4, if you say their last name, everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. But if I said Jackson, okay, Jackson who? So you have to say Lamar. Now, Cam Newton, if you said Newton, some people know who you are, but you say Cam, everybody knows who you are. So what's funny is that the further back on the list that you go, after the top 4, the next 5, you have to use something other than their last name. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. All you got to do is do that. Now, it's so funny is, now if I said some other quarterbacks in the past, if I go Starr, you have to say Bart Starr. If you say Staubach, you would know exactly who that is. If you said Theismann, you would know who that is. If you said, God, who am I thinking of? Oh, my God, my mind just went. Montana, you would know who that was. So it's crazy that depending on who their name is and how great the quarterback was, that you could only use their last name and you know who it was. Or you have to use their first name. Like if I said Randall, Randall Cunningham. Oh, okay. If you said Cunningham, that still wouldn't work. But if you said Lamar, you know. If you said Cam, you know. If you said Adrian, no. If you said JJ who, Aaron Donald, you have to say the whole name. So I thought that was interesting that the way that it was set when it's got Brady, Manning, Mahomes, and Rodgers as the top 4. I thought that was pretty interesting. Or if you say Elway, and so anyway, I could just kind of go, or Marino. So all the great guys in the history, you could all say their last name, Marino, Manning. It's crazy how that is. And then the guys who are kind of coming up there, you can use their first name. I thought that was quite interesting on how that works. So I want to take this opportunity to thank my sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for some computers, software, anything to be written to make your office run smoother, they also do website design. Holler at my guy Russell Williford over there, and they're also the guys that keep me up and running. I appreciate everything they do at Collab. Mark Long, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, Mark is the dude for that. You can call them up. They love, love, love to be behind the scenes. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have any needs for any dirt or rocks to be moved, Jose is the dude at Oak Grove. And then Greg and Max Nafee and Navco. And by the way, happy birthday again, Greg. Greg Nafee's birthday was yesterday. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and they are a proud sponsor for us to go out and do minority women and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area and in Tulsa. So, because we'll be going up to Tulsa to do a show. Like, I think I'm waiting to hear back from the museum. We're going to go up there and do a show from the Greenwood Rising Museum. So we're going to go up there and do that. But anyway, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com if you want to pre-qualify online, or go inside, because they're a personal bank and they love to see you. Go into the main bank. They're at 401 Elm downtown, YNB East, which is on the Parkway and US 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang on Mustang Road, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard, and then YNB Peoples on 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell, which is the bank that I always go to. And then DT Construction. If you have any needs for computers, and roofing to be done, he is the man to talk to. They also do driveways, they do landscaping. If you got something wrong with your house, they can do all the things inside or out, paint, whatever you need. They can do that. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook.com. Like I said, email them at dtconstruction2015 at Outlook.com. But the easiest way to reach them is 405-209-4051. It's 405-209-4051. They're respectful, local, and loyal, which means Drew answers his damn telephone when you call. So, and then, of course, guess where we are today? We are at one of my favorite places, Ned's Starlite Lounge, located at 7301 North May. You can contact them for reservations at 405-242-6100. Or if you have any catering, they do that as well. You can contact them 405-810-0208. If you have needs for that, you can do that as well, and they are fantastic for that. Of course, this is Wings Wednesday. I call it Wings and Rings Wednesday because I always have onion rings along with my wings when I come in here. And then, of course, every Thursday is fried chicken, liver, and gizzards every Thursday. And I was looking for my guy Steve. I haven't seen him today. I don't know what his issue is. He normally comes rolling through here, and I haven't seen him. So I thought that was interesting. I haven't seen my boy because normally on Wednesdays they have karaoke on Wednesday, and it's a fantastic place if you haven't been in here for that. Then, of course, my basketball camp is 2 weeks from today, August 2nd and 3rd, grades 2nd through 7th. It's going to be Wednesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 12. You can Venmo me or Cash App me. Either way, checks are accepted. $155. Here's stuff on screen. If you're going to do it, please do it in advance because we will be ordering T-shirts on Friday. So I need to know, and we have, I think, 8 spots left. I think is what we have, 7 or 8 spots left. So if you have a child that wants to come, hey, hit me up on Facebook or whatever. We'll be more than happy. Or you can go there to Santa Fe Family Life Center, and you can pick up a form there too as well. So either way, you can do that. Either way, either one of those works for me. It doesn't really matter. So the one thing that I did like, or that we did pop up, is the NFL wide receivers. I saw this big deal about that, and it was cracking me up about how people, are getting mad and talking about whether, who got left off. And so I'm joined by my guy Drew Henthorne. What's up, bro?
Oh man, just out here beating the heat.
I don't know if you're beating the heat. I think you out trying to survive the damn heat. I don't know if you're beating it.
Oh boy, it's a brutal one today.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is real.
sucking the out of the air, all this humidity. How's your day going?
Going real good, man. I was got here and had to talk to Nettie for a while, and we were talking about how he doesn't have a lot of OSU coaches and stuff don't come in, but the OU coaches do, and OU players do, and OSU players don't. But now the OSU fans like yourself and me, we come in there, but for the most part, athletes do not come in here, which is weird.
Huh? That's kind of strange.
That's exactly what I said. He goes, Matt, I said, I don't understand it. We're OSU and we have more OU guys than OSU. And I said, I understand perfectly what you're saying, dude. It's just frustrating how these guys don't come in. It really is. But I don't know if you heard the show earlier, Drew. We were talking about Zach Martin and how he wants to restructure his deal, and that he is the first guard to land a 99 on the Madden since your boy Larry Allen did back in 2003.
Well, I think he deserves it. He's probably the best offensive lineman in the league. I mean, that shot, I would say Kelsey from Philadelphia probably was, a couple
Or
years
Trent
ago.
Williams. Or Trent Williams.
Yeah, Trent Williams. But he just deals so much with the injuries.
Yep.
Plus, he's not very likable. So.
yeah, that's true. But so it's, I was saying is that he just got a six-year deal. He wanted the long-term, safety, and he wanted the bag, so he got paid $20 million more than any other lineman 4 years ago. Okay,
right.
So now he wants to restructure his deal, and it's like, bro, I mean, I hooked you up. I gave you what you wanted. You wanted security, and you wanted the bag. So I gave you the bag and security. Now you're saying that you want to restructure because you're not one of the top highest paid. You're not the top anymore. Well, Mahomes ain't the highest paid guy anywhere, and he ain't bitching.
No, he's not. And he built a big-ass house in Kansas City.
Yep.
That I finally got to finish the quarterback. It was good. That last episode, they show Mahomes' house. Jeez.
It's nice, isn't it?
Football field, golf course.
Yeah, hey, a par 3, nice little hole there. What did he say? If you hit it right, it's going in the water. She goes, yes. She goes, if you hit it left, you're going to have to jump over the fence that I'm building. Yeah, you got to jump over that fence over there. But they also have a soccer thing in there. I don't know if you saw that, too, on the football field.
Well, yeah, because she's part owner of
the current
women's
Kansas City
professional
Current
team there, yeah.
And, of course, what is his daughter going to play? His daughter's going to probably play soccer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nice.
I bet she was mean on the soccer field just by her personality.
Yeah, she played professional, so yeah, you got to be somewhat mean. But you know what? She goes, hey, they're not going to take his crazy ass out. I was just cracking up because she was on him. But that's what wives do. The good ones, what do? They push you. They're like, hey, what the hell? What are you doing? Are you crazy? Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. But, dude.
What's up, boys? Unchanged.
Hey, what's up, Ben? Hey, but Drew. Hey, Drew, but when they put that cupping on him, I don't know if Ben has seen this yet.
Man,
dude.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture later of my shoulder. I do cupping therapy on my shoulder. Oh. It's no joke. That right there that'll make you scream.
Yeah, because I looked at him. I was like, I was telling people yesterday. I said, listen, when you get that injury and your eyes water where you're hurting, man, you got to get that rehab. It hurts. It ain't no joke.
Oh, yeah. You know it's doing good, but I'm gonna tell you when you're doing it, it don't feel good.
Yeah, because you see his left leg start bouncing like, yeah, you got that spot there right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy, man. But anyway, I loved it. I like the way, like everybody was talking about Mariota. I'm like, dude, you got to have somebody like him. I mean, you can't have, who wants to see Joe Burrow and Josh Allen at the same time? No, I want to see one of them.
Well, yeah, boy, Mariota came off looking like a chump.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? I mean, why are you waiting to clean up your knee then?
Yeah, now he's in no better spot for a chump to go than Philadelphia.
As a backup.
Backup quarterback.
Yep.
He'll never see the field.
Well, I don't know. He's got a running quarterback in front of him, which means he probably will.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, he probably will play if Hurts gets injured.
Yeah, well, here's my list of top wide receivers, even though they were saying that Samuel should be in here, Deebo Samuel. And I'm like, well, Deebo Samuel is not really a wide receiver.
Him a wide receiver.
He's really
a
not. Yeah, he's something else.
He reminds me of the old school Roger Craig, who better get in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he should.
I think the only other name maybe would be DeAndre Hopkins. But I love your list. I think I think DeAndre might should be on there. But other than that, I
So, what
love
are
it.
y'all thoughts about that? I mean, do you think he should be in or what?
He wears like a 6XL glove, and he's a weapon.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a weapon.
I just don't know who you take off this list. You know what I mean? That's what like it's just such a tough race. But I just think DeAndre belongs on the top 10. I think
Well,
he is a top 10.
on the list,
Not OBJ. I don't OBJ doesn't belong on there. Guys like that. But Terry McLaurin had a great last couple of years. He is freaking good.
well,
CD's awesome. Yeah. So I mean I'd probably put DeAndre a 10B. You know what I mean? That'd probably be like a
well, this my thing is I put CeeDee Lamb up front of Terry McLaurin because
I agree with that.
and I put Cooper Kupp. This other thing I had, they had Cooper Kupp number 5, and I'm like, Cooper Kupp's played 1 year. He's had 1 year. He's done it 1 year. That don't mean nothing to me. You had 1 year.
I'll take CeeDee Lamb over Cooper Kupp if you give me today, right now.
Yeah. Well, who do you not like on this list? Can you see the list?
No, that list
Can you see
is
the list,
solid.
Drew?
I can't see the list.
Okay, well it's Justin.
Run it down for me.
It's Justin Jefferson number 1.
Yep.
Devontae Adams 2, Jamar Chase 3, Tyreek 4.
Yeah, and I think you could flip flop those however you wanted. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Tyreek Hill 4, DK Metcalf 5, 6 Stephon Diggs, 7 AJ Brown, 8 Cooper Kupp, 9 CeeDee Lamb, and 10 Terry McLaurin. And I almost switched CeeDee.
I don't have a huge problem with that. I could move CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown around, and
6 through 10.
He's just bigger than CD.
Yeah, 6 through 10. Don't y'all agree 6 through 10 is preference?
That's what, and then I agree, correct, and that's what I think. Like I said, 10B is going to be DeAndre Hopkins.
I think your Diggs, Brown, CeeDee Lamb, I could flip flop those however you wanted. What kind of receiver you like? CD's more of an explosive down the field, to where I think AJ Brown's more of a possession receiver and a big target. He can go over the middle. He can
similar like DK. Yeah, you could switch around 4, 5, and 6 with Hill, Metcalf, and Diggs. You could switch any of them.
Well,
I like me some DK Metcalf though. I like me some.
I'm gonna take Metcalf over Brown and Diggs all day long.
Yeah, me too.
He's
good though.
He's almost like Megatron. He's a poor man's
he's
Megatron.
A big man.
He's a poor man's Megatron is what he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about your boy Tyreek saying he's going to reach 2,000 yards? And the only person to get close was Megatron at, I think, was he 1946 or 1964?
You better find a quarterback.
Yeah, the one that's going to stay healthy. One that can stay healthy.
He's going to have to get rid of Waddle then, too.
Yeah, well, because, when Megatron did it, he was still, he was at 1946 or 1964.
Dude, he was so
or something
good.
like that. He was so good. He got close. But I just don't see it. Happening. Now, one other thing, guys, I talked about this earlier. It was talking about the NFL top 100s of all time, okay? And I was talking about it's weird is because here's where they go. It's Brady, Manning, Mahomes, Rodgers, then Aaron Donald 5th, J.J. Watt 6th, 7th Adrian Peterson, 8th Lamar, 9th Cam. These are because these are the only ones that made multiple 100s, top 100 number 1. So it ain't like there's, these are voted on by the players.
Oh, so these are the only guys that
how much love Cam Newton got back in the day.
Yeah. But the whole thing is this though, Drew.
I was never a big Cam Newton fan either.
Cam was a beast.
I didn't like him in college. He carried over to the NFL.
Yeah. Well, my thing is this, but it's so funny is I could say Brady, Mahomes, Manning, Rodgers. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But if I said Donald or just Aaron, you'd be like, okay, who? You have to say his whole name, Aaron Donald. Then you have to say J.J. Watt. You can't just say his first or last name. Adrian Peterson, I guess you could call him AD or All Day, but not everybody's going to know who that is.
I think that's more of an Oklahoma thing. I don't think a lot of people outside Oklahoma know that he was All Day.
All Day, yeah. And then your quarter then is Lamar or Cam. Because if I said Jackson, you wouldn't know who he is. Or if you said Newton, you would know who it is. But if
You
you
might
say
think
Cam,
Reggie Jackson.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. You can't say that. But it's so funny is the top four. And I also said, Drew, you could say, and Ben, your other guys would be, if I said Elway, you would know who that was. Marino.
Yeah, Marino,
Montana.
Staubach.
Montana, Staubach. Yeah, those the great ones. All you can say is their last name. You know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think by like you said, I mean, I think the same thing with T.J. Watt. I think he's going to put up, numbers like J.J. eventually. So you're going to have to say like which Watt.
If he could just stay healthy, those elbow problems have got him a couple years.
Yeah, but you got to remember these are all top 100s, number ones.
Yep, top 100s. Yeah,
no.
They had to be on
number
there multiple
ones.
times.
Multiple times.
I'm surprised Kelsey.
Did Micah Parsons get a 99 or 100?
He's not. No. This is the NFL top 100. This is the voted on by the players as the top 100 players. These are just all the guys who were number one, voted number one, and where they ranked. And I think Cam was only once. I think Lamar was once. I think both of them were once, and Adrian Peters was once or twice.
For that 1 year, yeah.
Yeah, once. I think, but Brady, Mahomes, all of them have been multiple times. Aaron Donald, but in your Madden 99, Drew, I believe your boy got snubbed. Micah was not a 99. Yeah, but
whoever's running that game needs to be fired.
But you remember though, Drew, he's not. But he
might be the best defensive player in the league right now. Him and Donald, 1A.
Well, no, but saying Drew, the problem is he's not really an edge rusher, and he's not a linebacker. He's so he doesn't really have.
He's whatever you want him to be.
Yeah, but you can't put him in a spot and say this is where he played. You know what I'm saying? You can't
make him 100 on both of them.
Well, I know he gained a few pounds to make him more of an end instead of a linebacker. I know he gained a little bit of weight.
He's going to have to put on that weight to be more durable and also to be a little heavier to push around.
And push those tackles around, cut into those guards. He's going to need a little bit of weight. So I think that's what he did that for, to take. I think he's kind of that weight kind of took him out of that linebacker class, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he can still drop back a little bit, do a little bit of zone real quick. But I think he's just going to be rushing most of this year.
Your edge rushers were, God, I forgot who they were right now. Who was the edge?
White?
No. 99, talking about this year.
Oh, this year.
It was this year, yeah.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett and
Bosa.
That's what it was. That's what it was this year. And I can't argue with that.
Nope.
I can't. I mean, but I think TJ, he probably should be in there, but he was hurt. So you can't really give him any love.
Too. Yeah, he should be. I think he got snubbed a little bit.
Yeah, and then Micah Parsons, he still had all those sacks, but he also played linebacker. But I think you have to put him in there. If you're talking about one of the best defensive ends, that would be him. I agree with you.
Yep, I think so too.
Can you imagine if Randy Gregory was still playing for the Cowboys?
Oof.
What an idiot.
Well, no, they're the ones that took that. He's an idiot, but he should. They have that clause in there.
I wouldn't have removed that clause.
No way.
Not with him.
No.
Man.
No chance. I'm with you, Drew. No chance am I removing that clause. No way.
You can't. He didn't deserve it.
No.
He passed precedent. Dude, you have not gone 1 year without getting in trouble. So.
Well, did he get in trouble in Denver?
Yeah, well, he tested positive, but what do you think he was going to do?
Well, I'm sorry. They just need to leave weed alone. They're going come on now. And the NFL is.
Either that or just make it legal and be done with it.
Yeah.
Well, but I think they're just like the NBA. They give you so many times that you have to test positive, and it's not like.
Well, they keep raising. They raised the percentage too on the I think it used to have to be how many certain nanograms. They doubled the amount of that to give even more time.
I'm sure Randy Gregory was way over the nanogram.
You know he was.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but Drew, this is the thing.
He stayed in Nebraska. He filmed like 10 of them before they ever reported him.
But
you know that.
Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, no, they're drug testers too. They'll come meet you anywhere. Some of those guys, I've heard stories of them. Being in a different state.
But hey, but it's not like it's a surprise. You know when it's coming.
Yeah, no.
It ain't like it's
especially when you fail, they'll come meet you somewhere else. And so a couple of the guys said you should just go get on a cruise because there's no way they're going to meet you out on the boat.
They're not going to meet you on the boat.
Then,
but
yeah, they're just
Ben,
go get a cruise, just go have a good time, and then come back, be clear.
Hey, the point is, you know when it's coming. It ain't like it's a surprise. Come on now. You know when it's coming, guys.
They're getting the Hunter Biden treatment. Hey man, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Well, but Hunter Biden, that's it. You know, that's you can't fault the guy when the guy was he was signed by Trump, and he says the guy ain't guilty. So that drives me. I'm so over it, old boy. I'm like, y'all need to leave that alone. I'm tired of Hunter Biden. He's an idiot. He's a guy with a drug problem. And how many guys we know? How many guys we know with drug problems, Drew? We know quite a few.
A lot.
So I can't. I'm not like I tell people.
He's showing all the signs.
Yeah, and I tell people, hey, I'm gonna. And if you do drug, if you have a drug addict, dude, it happens, man. I can't. I know some guys I really like, boy. They do drugs. I'm like, man, I don't. Man, you have a problem, bro? It's like drinkers, alcoholics. Like, hey, man, what you drink? You can't have one. And I don't understand that. I can have one or two. Now, Drew, you and Ben, thank God y'all weren't with us this weekend. Oh.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was not.
It got bad quick, Drew.
It got bad quick.
I'm gonna tell you, I was right there with you in spirit. Trust me.
Dude,
I was sitting on Michael's boat all weekend.
So. It was brutal, dude. It was brutal. But I said this, I passed out. I was in my bed by 11:30 on Sunday night. It was the first time ever.
Get you.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't that bad, really, because you tee off at 8, and it started getting warm, and then the clouds clicked in around 11:30ish. The clouds started covering up, so that kind of helped. But dude, the guy I was with, Mike Phillips. Do you know he played with Prince, Michael Jackson, and Stevie Wonder, saxophone?
Man,
how crazy is that?
He had the story.
Yeah, so he was talking about that, and go ahead.
I bet he had stories.
And you know what's so crazy is too, he's the first musician signed by Michael Jordan for golf equipment. How crazy is that?
I didn't know that.
He's the first musician signed by Jordan to wear his golf shoes and his golf equipment.
I love how Jordan does that with all sorts of sports. I like that.
Yeah, and so he was telling me, because he goes, man, it's great. He says, because I get all this free stuff from everybody because of me, being a golfer, and I'm a musician. And he said he just got back from Joe Carter's deal, and he said, and also he just got back from Joe Carter's deal. So I said, man, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? He said, I bet y'all had a good time in Toronto.
Dope. That's dope.
Because Toronto is always a good time. I mean, always.
Man,
a good time.
I've heard great things about Toronto. I want to go there, and I still haven't been to Montreal. I've been to Toronto, I've been to Toronto or Montreal.
Well, Montreal.
So I want to go head up. I want to go hit up those two cities. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Montreal is more French.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm all about it. That's why all those guys from Canada they have those French Canadian names. That's why all those guys, Marchand, Bergeron, all those guys, they all got those. They all got the French.
Hey, Drew, you hear how he says that? Bergeron, like you French or something now. Like you French now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't say it that way.
Bergeron.
He's Patrice. Patrice Bergeron. But to me, he's Patrice Bergeron. Yeah, to me,
whatever.
That's how he is in Oklahoma.
Hey, you going overboard now with it now. You done took it to another level.
There you go.
Our boy Husker Drew. By the way, Drew, I sent you 3 people from Tulsa the other night. From Tulsa.
Nice.
That I was talking to about Husker Drew. They were talking about gambling.
Yeah, I'm about to get. Mm-hmm.
And they asked if it was free. I go, yeah, it's free for now. I said, you better get on it because it ain't going to be free forever.
Not for much longer.
So I told him y'all better get on it. But anyway, Drew, you have the Cubbies. Money line minus 164.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance. A lot of these are afternoon games. So I'm gonna get on here while you're talking and look here. We're going.
Oh man! And then you got then your Braves, shocking, minus 220. Dude, are they? I don't know if they're gonna.
Yeah, the Braves have been a little bit of a slump lately. They lost 3 in a row. They brought up a couple guys from the minor leagues to pitch, so they're kind of a little injury bug right now. They've lost a couple pitchers. They're waiting on Freed and Anderson to get back on the hump. So they'll be all right. They got a 12-game lead in the division.
Yeah,
so.
well, the Dodgers are getting beat, and the Pirates won, so that's a good thing.
Anyway. Dodgers need to make a little comeback. They got an inning to do it.
Yep, and then you got your Phillies minus 160.
Yeah, Phillies. unfortunately, the Pirates won today, though.
Yep, 7-5. They won today, 7-5. It just popped out.
Phillies, unfortunately for me, are playing pretty well right now. To me, they're dangerous. They've got a lineup. They can hit the ball. They I don't want to see the Phillies in the first round of the playoffs. I'd rather see them in a 7-game series in the NLCS than last year we got pigeonholed and had to play them in a 5-game series. And with a division rival, that's never good.
Yeah, well, they just Bruce Brown said he just named changed the subject. I'm watching the ESPN here. Bruce Brown just named the 3 toughest guys that he had to guard this year, and Shea Gillis SGA was one of his thirds. How about that? Averaged 11, shot 69% against him. I'm like,
Jeez.
Okay, yeah, you averaged 11 points. But anyway, you got the Phillies at -160, then you got your Dodgers. My Dodgers, man, Ben, Drew, we had this discussion about Ohtani. He's gone. He's going to be a Dodger.
Boy, I hope not.
He's going to be a Dodger.
Lord.
Well,
the Dodgers are trying to buy themselves.
Yeah, but Drew, we were talking about this yesterday with Ben. I mean, where can he go? I mean, if you want to talk about winning a championship, you got him, you got the Braves, you got I mean, but where are you going to go?
It's right there. Seattle might be another option just because he likes Seattle.
Not be able to win a championship though.
But yeah, he'll go to the Yankees if he wants to go win.
Well, you got
Dodgers right now are sitting 7 games back behind the Braves.
Right, but what I'm saying is you have the Braves, you have the Dodgers, you have the Yankees. If you're trying to win a title, I mean, consistently going to try to have a chance to win.
Yankees are in last place, by the way.
No. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to consistently have a chance to go to the postseason, those are the 3 teams that are going to pretty much be there.
What a division the American League East is. You got Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Toronto, the Red Sox, and Yankees. All of them are above 500, at least 4 games.
Yep, isn't that crazy? And you can only get, 2 teams out of that division?
You can get 3. You can get 3 out of there. You can get as many as you want. I mean, the most you can have would be 3 because you get both wild cards out of there if they finish ahead. I mean, right now.
Yeah, they just spanked the rest of the AL.
In the standing,
well,
right now you've got Boston, Yankees, Angels would make the playoffs.
Yep, and then because last year the Braves out of your division, y'all had 3 of them out of your division last year, didn't you?
Yep, had 3 of them last year. Yep.
I mean, that was just crazy.
Yeah, so right now you got Tampa, Texas, Minnesota are your 3 division leaders in the American League. And then Baltimore, Toronto, Houston are your next 3, and the next 3 out are Boston, Yankees, Angels. So, but they're all within 3 or 4 games of the lead. And then nationally, you've got Atlanta, Dodgers, Milwaukee are your division leaders. San Fran, Arizona, Philadelphia. So you got 3 teams from the National League West in the playoffs right now.
Man,
dang, that's crazy, dude. That's insane.
But you're only the Marlins are only a half a game out of being in the playoffs behind the Phillies.
So, oh man, that's just right there. Plus, how many games is left? 50.
Let me see here.
Well, it's not that many. It can't be that many.
The Braves are Atlanta is 61-32, so 93 games. Oh, there's more than that.
Yeah,
there's 162, so 93. You got 69 games left.
Yeah, that's a lot of games. Okay, then to finish out your deal, Drew, you got the Rays and the Rangers over 9.5. Now that's in Arlington, right?
That is in Arlington, and I think we had 2 or 3 runs scored in the first inning. Let's see here. No, that's not going to go over. That's going to be a loss.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking a little bit of a dip the last night or 2. I didn't do too bad last night. I mean, to me, I'm not winning money at the dip, but I went 3-3 last night. Hopefully, we get some wins on the board today.
Yeah, and I told those guys in Tulsa, I said, now, what Drew's advice is, I said, bet the same amount, and you got to bet the whole board. You can't just bet. And he said, give him a week, and you'll win. And that's what I was telling him last week. I said, that's why I said, just give him a week, and you got to bet every game he has. But and I said, just bet the same amount every day. And I said, I promise you'll win money at the end of the week. So that's what I was telling, because that's what you told me to say.
Yeah, and what I like to do is if you're a $25 a game player, play your 5 games at $25 a game, and how many times have I swept the board? Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few board tweets that if you hit a 5-team parlay at $25, that's a $500 win.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
And then you're playing on house money the rest of the week.
which is not a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a ton of sweeps and a bunch of 5-1s, 6-1s, like a whole bunch of good numbers. I mean, great numbers.
Oh, I agree 100%. Now the World Cup. Now, Drew, are you gonna watch the World Cup? This Women's World Cup?
Of course, I don't have a choice because you two guys like it better than the college basketball tournament. So
That is not what we said. We did not say that. Did we say that, Ben? Did we say that? I think I did.
Yeah,
I didn't say that women.
One of you did.
I think maybe I did. Maybe I did.
I think it was me.
Yeah. Maybe I said that. I don't remember. But anyway,
I don't think it was the women.
I don't think it was the women either.
I think it was the men.
I think I watched the women. I don't think I watched the men. But
I will watch.
We got women. Is it Women's World Cup or men's?
Friday.
Women's,
It's
right?
Friday night against Vietnam at 8:00 on FS1.
Yeah,
tonight.
we're gonna beat the wheels off of everybody. It's gonna be great.
Well, no, I don't know about that, dude.
I bet the Vietnamese team's got some good-looking women on their team.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to. I can't talk
Oh
about that.
man, never mind. I can't say that. Never mind.
I can't say. I was going to say something. I can't
say
say it. I can't say it. I got to be good. I really want to say something. But
I've just heard stories about when you go to Vietnam, so I just
I can't even talk to you two right now. This is a family show.
Who can?
I can't even talk to y'all right now. Something is wrong with both of you all. Really seriously, something is really wrong with you all. I can't even.
We'll talk more about this next week, but I think we're going to have a little get together over at the house next Saturday night to watch Bud fight. Watch him knock the brakes off Errol Spence next Saturday night. So you guys put that on your calendar. I don't know hope he can get off work, Benjamin.
He's got to work.
When is this?
A week from Saturday.
Saturday the 29th. Got Bud Crawford and Errol Spence fighting out in Vegas. It's gonna be it's a long-winded fight. It's gonna be a good one.
Possibly. I'll have to check.
Well, it'll be on there. It'll be on the Cats anyway. You can always watch it there if you need to. Well, you got to ask her. She was in a good mood. Hey, dude, how about the other day? So, Drew, I got Ace. I don't know if you saw what happened, Ben. So the reason why I was leaving is because we were out there. Ace wasn't on his leash. He's just running around being, just reading everybody.
Scaring the shit out of everybody.
No, he wasn't. He was loving on everybody. Wasn't he, Ben? Ben, was he not? He was. I mean, people freaked out at first, and they're like, "Oh, he's a big baby." And so then, this pit bull, little bitty pocket pit bull, comes up, and so Ace jumps up and runs over there and sniffing it. So as soon as I grab Ace to pull him away, the dog starts growling at him, and we're like, "Really?" And so, really? So then I put him on his leash. Yeah, little bitty dog. I mean, Ace probably could have just put him one paw on him and squashed him. But, so he's growling at Ace, and Ace is like whining, and Kat is just laughing her ass off because she goes, yeah, he's growling at Ace, and Ace is like, why won't you play with me? And the dog is growling at him. And this guy goes, well, my dog doesn't really like other dogs. And I'm like, well, why is your dog out here?
Oh, why are you bringing him out in public?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why would you, if your dog doesn't like other dogs, why is he out? And Kat goes, well, at least he has him on a leash. I said, well, if he didn't have him on a leash, Ace probably would have killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and Ace was whining because he's like, man, I just want to go out here in the yard and play, and you're growling at me. Like, what is your problem? But yeah, I was like, why do you bring a dog to a bar that has dog friendly, and your dog is not friendly? What? Anyway, so I really wanted to say something else, but I can't really say it. I'm trying to be nice. At my older age, I'm trying to really say something nice about people, and it's very difficult. But also, Ben, I was going to tell you this. I talked to Drew about this a little bit. Oh, I ran into Tony Sellers. Do you remember Tony Sellers?
Oh, yeah.
I ran into him. He was here earlier. That's what took me so long to get on the show today. He and I sat there and had a 15-minute conversation, and he was telling me that he calls games now on his phone via Zoom. Yeah, via Zoom. I was like, what? He goes,
awesome.
He said, I just do the Zoom, link it up, and just,
That'd be
do what
terrible
I said.
delay, but I'm sure
through OBS and Zoom. And he said, man, it's great. I was like, yeah, because he was checking out all my equipment I have here. And I was like, well, that's because I got my other guys on. I need to be able to see. But it was good seeing him and hollering at him. And so getting his points on the Thunder. And
you get your fried chicken today?
I have my chicken wings. Tomorrow's fried chicken. Today is wings.
It is tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow's fried chicken. Tomorrow's fried. On Thursdays is fried chicken, liver, and gizzards.
Oh yeah, love that.
I don't do the liver and I don't do the gizzards. Now your mama, we got. You know what we can do there, Ben? Drew, I'll bring your mama some gizzards and one on a Saturday.
He does like gizzards. I don't understand it.
I don't know either. She's like, oh, I love gizzards. You like gizzards?
You like gizzards too?
Give me a little marinara or something. I'll get after it.
My God!
That doesn't mean you like them if you drown them in a sauce.
Oh yeah.
I'm out on that 100%.
Couple fried jalapenos on the side.
Hey Ned, what do you put with your liver, or is it just straight liver? What comes with the liver?
You can do a mix of livers, gizzards, all liver, all gizzards comes with a side salad, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
Yeah, I'm not eating any of that. But anyway, did
Oh,
y'all hear all that? The
yeah.
guy over here is going crazy. He goes, oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm not eating that. I'm doing a regular fried chicken.
Ned knows who I am.
I fish with liver.
Yeah,
I ain't eating it.
Yeah, I'm just doing my straight up fried. Now y'all have biscuits? Y'all have the rolls? Yeah, they have the rolls, right?
Yep.
The homemade rolls.
You ever watch The Loan? You'll be fine.
Yeah, dude, I know, bro. I'm good. I come here for wings on Wednesdays, and I come here for fried chicken on Thursdays. That's about it, bro. I ain't doing all that other nonsense, man. I ain't doing it.
Hey, don't forget the chicken fried steak and egg for breakfast.
Man, that poblano gravy. That poblano gravy on that chicken.
The chicken fried steak with egg on brunch is ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Ned, I was just talking.
It's a day changer. Just don't make any plans after that because you're going home to the couch.
Hey, guys, guess who I got right here? There it is. Where you going, man? There's a guest appearance right there. Look who's there. Hey, they were just sitting there talking about brunch, talking about the chicken fried steak with poblano gravy and eggs.
Can't beat it.
Oh, man, it's delicious.
Can't beat it.
You can't beat it. So
Best in town.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's delicious. All right, fellas, y'all got anything else? I got to get out of here.
Hey, there was somebody on YouTube that asked if Lionel Messi walks the streets of the United States in supermarkets and stores, will American people recognize who he is?
No, they didn't.
No.
Yes, he was in the.
I wouldn't recognize him.
No, he was in the market in Miami, and he was just getting people taking pictures and wanting autographs.
That's Miami.
Well, that's where he's playing.
That's where he's playing. You walk into Walmart in Yukon, ain't nobody recognizing him.
I promise they would. The soccer kids, they know exactly who he is. The parents, the parents know.
About your average Joe.
No, the parents
drive through at Hardee's is not recognized.
No, the parents know. The kids, yes, parents wouldn't have a clue. Why are you going over talking to him? You don't know him.
Who is that guy? Yeah,
I would recognize Ronaldo. I would recognize Ronaldo if I saw him, just because he looks a little different.
Well, Messi's about 2 feet tall, so you can't miss him.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you could if you're 6 feet tall.
You might mistake you for Jimmy Allen. You might mistake you for Jimmy Allen out at the bar.
Oh, you didn't go there, did you? You called him Jimmy Allen. Well, Jimmy always has to bump into you, so you'll see him.
If you're listening, Jimmy, you deserve that because you don't return a phone call. So.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, if he walked into the co-op in Chattanooga, Oklahoma, there's no way anybody's gonna know who that guy is.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be walking in the co-op in Chattanooga, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Matt doesn't spend too much time in co-op.
I'm not doing that, bro. I'm out.
But yeah, if he probably were walking in New York City, if he were to be like walking down, Times Square, I imagine some people would recognize him.
But
if he was in Vegas, if he was in Vegas,
we're talking about Oklahoma.
Miami.
The question is Oklahoma, though. Yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma, not a chance.
Kids would recognize him, but yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'd hardly have to know who he was. I would just see 15 people around.
Back to the World Cup. I'm. Who are the favorites? We got odds.
The Americans are the favorite because they're trying to win 3 in a row.
The women's just going to be the third in a row if they win.
Let me just see.
Which has never been done. In male or female, there's never been 3 in a row. So that's a huge thing for a lot of pressure.
I'm pulling it up.
A lot of pressure on us, on our girls. So we'll see what happens on that.
All right. So right now it's the women's soccer. Hold on a second. Soccer. There we go. FA FIFA World Cup odds. We got here.
That's the women. It's probably the Americans, the Japanese, maybe the English or the.
English are plus 802. Argentina's plus 903. France is plus 451. Brazil plus 502.
That's the one. Japan or Korea. One of them.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm scrolling down. Spain's plus 903. I didn't see Japan on here. Let's see. Hold on. No, it's on here. I just passed by it.
All right. To win outright, USA is plus 135. They are the odds-on favorite.
Yep.
England is plus 450, Spain plus 450, Germany plus 700, and France plus 1,200 are your top 5.
Yep. Well, I know England. That's going to be
So I don't know. I mean, I would think just by looking at that, I would probably think that your Germans would be plus 700 be a pretty good little bang for your buck.
The Germans and England is going to be the tough ones. And the Brazilians are sneaky. The Brazilians are sneaky.
The Brazilians are plus 2,300. Hell, throw a $100 flyer on Brazil.
They're going to be sneaky.
If you're going to bet it, I think you just bet a little bit of, a couple, like 2 units on America to win it all, because that's what you want to bet, because you're not going to make any money per game.
Well, my deal is this.
I just took the Germans to win it.
I'm going to tell you this. What would be great is if they had the odds for the men's, and because the World Cup is here, in 2 years, 2025? I think it's 2025, right? Yeah, 2025.
Well, the Americans better get it together. The Americans better get it together by then, because they need a good showing on home turf.
Yeah, well, but my thing is this: I wonder what the odds of the Americans making it to the knockout stage. That's what the key would be. I'd bet they make the knockout stage. That's what I would bet. I'm talking about
it's 2028.
2028. Oh, that's right. Well,
Yep.
no, is it 2028? It can't be that because
2028 FIFA World Cup locations.
Oh, because it was
United States, Mexico, and Canada.
Well, who is?
Just looking at some other futures here. KU's a favorite to win it in basketball next year.
Oh, not UNC. What's the deal?
No, dude, KU and Duke. UNC's about top 12, 15.
Oh, that's funny. All right, guys.
See if I can pull up some NCAA future. Let's see who's the favorite to win the. Got to be Georgia. Let's look here. Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson.
And then also I saw something. The last 16 or I think it was 14 albums that Taylor Swift has released. Every year that she releases an album, and SEC teams wins the entire thing, except for 1 year Ohio State won it. So that pretty much means she released one this year. So bet an SEC team.
Hey, I don't know. Watch out for Ohio State this year. They're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, they are. Hey, how about
that's
this?
The only team that's upset that record. That's the only team.
Hey, guys, they just seen a deal that says better chance for Joel Embiid to win the NBA title. So you're taking the 76ers or the field? The field.
Field.
The field. I'm like, that's a dumb question.
Did you see the deal that LeBron said he could win the scoring title every year? He just chooses not to.
Yeah, he's full of it. He's full of it, dude.
Hey, I decided not to as well. I decided not to play him.
He's a pass first guy.
Remember when he changed it back to 23, Luke? You're not. When someone thinks of 23, they're not going to think of LeBron James.
Nope. Sacrilegious that 23 is even a number in the NBA.
Yep, and 6.
I'm going to go ahead and get that right on out.
Yeah,
6 and 23 should both not be available.
I bet you when he dies, well, Kobe. Didn't they think about doing 8 or 24? Didn't they think about doing that?
They did 8, didn't they? I thought they did 8.
Was it 8?
I don't know. I think the Lakers did.
Well, the Lakers did, but I don't know if the NBA. I thought they were going to look at doing that. But
no, I think that is that the first number retired across the.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to look that up. Maybe we'll look that up for tomorrow. So, all right, guys, well, I'm out of here. I got to go beat up kids this afternoon and get ready for the deal. And by the way, I still got to, Drew, when I see you, remind me to give you.
Wait a second. Did you say anything about Dion calling OU out? Have you touched on that yet?
No, that's because of what's his name calling them out first.
He said that old boy wrecked the Ferrari at OU.
Yeah. That's because what's his name Venables went off on him first.
Oh, I know. It was great.
I'm like, dude, Venables, you need to win some games first before you run your mouth, man. Come on now.
Dion said, I wasn't afforded all these All-Americans that I signed up. He's like, you had a Ferrari and wrecked it. I like Dion. Too bad they're going to go 3-9 this year.
Oh, here we go. Well, I tell you what, we're
you like that segue? That's what's called a segue into Colorado's going 3-9.
Okay, this is the deal. I'm tired of him, and I'm tired of him. So I'm getting off the air. So goodbye, everybody. Thank you Ned for allowing us to come here. And I'm done with Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go ahead and say your thing. Yep. And then I'm done with High Stick Harry, Ben Dimmel. Go ahead and do your deal.
Later, boys. Cheers. Yes. Thanks, Nettie. Talk to you later, buddy.
I'm done with both of them. Anyway, hey, everybody have a fantastic